So I just discovered the best pro clubs build that you could possibly make for FC24. As soon as I switched to this build, we went undefeated in the playoffs in Elite Division. So with the new season starting up, whether you're playing with a bunch of people or just two, this is the perfect build for you. You can out-dribble opponents with pace, 97 sprint speed. You're just gonna be running circles around them with the RB dribbling. It can finish outside the box, inside the box. It can header, even though it's got 64 headering, surprisingly. The volleys are decent. In my opinion, I think it's the best and most fun build I've used in this game, and I'm going to explain everything, so let's get into it. Oh, let's go! Give me that! So let's talk about the build. The first thing you're going to notice is that we are playing as a winger. Yes, we are not using a striker. I know they have better finishing, but trust me, as a winger, we have more pace. Our shooting is also pretty close to 90. That's how I'm making so many crazy goals. And then our dribbling is way better than a striker. You could pretty much play every play style with this build. So let's talk about Edit Pro first. For the body, the height and weight, we are at 6 foot, 149. I just think this is the sweet spot. 92 acceleration, 97 sprint speed, and then we also have 94 agility and 91 balance. You're just gonna feel crazy good on the ball, man. You're gonna be moving fast, able to take out people with ease, fake them out. So for the position, I have my guy as a midfielder. We are on the right, so we can cut in and shoot with our left. You know, like Leroy Sané, it's kind of the same deal. You're always going to see him try to get on his left foot to take a shot. Since my guy is lefty, I always go for that left-footed finesse shot outside the box. I kind of have the sweet spot of where I like to take it, and they have just been going in for me. Play style, winger or box to box, it doesn't change your stats, it seems like, so you could really just choose whatever. Honestly, I am playing all over the place. I go up the field and back, so my playstyle is actually box to box, but it doesn't matter. It could really just be whatever, so I'm just gonna pick a winger. So for preferred foot, I have left, even though I'm a righty in real life. I switched from doing right-footed shots outside the box to doing outside foot, you know, Trivela shots. So all I really had to do was change my preferred foot, and the shot was still exactly the same. You would line it up the same. But now I just do finesse shots with my left, and I've gotten used to it, so go figure, man. I don't know. Huh? Alright, and the last thing we're going to talk about in this section is I know you guys are going to talk about the running animations. In my previous FIFA 23 Pro builds, you guys all asked for this, so I'm going to start including it in my builds. The running style I'm using is the machine. Not really sure why I picked it. I just kind of chose it. I guess it's the Ronaldo run. Kind of looks goofy. I'm getting by people with this. I'm sure there's a better running style, but I've just kind of been using it. I need to mess more with the running styles to see which one is the best, but I'm using the machine, so your choice, really. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is the play styles. Here you can see I called it winger. I think in FIFA 23 they called them perks, but now they're called playstyles. A little bit confusing, but it is what it is. You know, I guess it makes it sound different, but really a playstyle is a perk. It's really the same thing. So what I am using is the Finesse Shot Plus. Performs finesse shots significantly faster with maximum curve and exceptional accuracy. Improve this playstyle. To increase the effect of this playstyle, upgrade the following attributes in the skill tree: curve, finishing, long shot. All of those are really good on this build. Like curve is around 86. Finishing is a 92, and then long shots I think is at an 87. That is more than enough to take a shot outside the box. The next playstyle we're using is probably just important as the Finesse Shot Plus is Technical Plus. Reaches even higher speed when performing controlled sprint and performs wide turns while dribbling with greater precision. That's why you see in my video, like as soon as you start doing the right bumper sprinting, it's just insane how fast you can do those penetrating runs on the wing or like cut inside to make like a key pass or set yourself up for a shot, out dribble an opponent. I've done it so many times where I've juked a player and broke his ankles to set myself up for a shot and scored game winners, scored long shot goals. These two you need. And our dribbling and ball control are pretty high for this build. So for the playstyles, we have Power Header. Performs headers with increased power and accuracy. I know this is not exactly the best type of build for doing headers, but I've been scoring a lot of headers with this build, and I think it has to do with this playstyle. We are at 63-64 heading, which is absolutely shit. Now, I'm still able to win headers in the air with this build and make the right pass with a header. Whether we're at 63-64, I guess it doesn't really matter. You might miss a header here and there in the box, but generally, I think because of this playstyle, it improves it a lot. Incisive pass. Through passes are more accurate. Swerve passes are delivered with more curve. Precision passes travel faster to the destination. And this is how you can improve it. Short passing, vision, long passing. We don't have anything invested in passing other than curve. So this one kind of helps, you know, especially my playstyle. We don't just go for the cross. We're doing penetrated runs in the middle, on the wing, kind of everywhere. And this just kind of ensures that my pass will go off when I do it. And I've been liking it. Rapid reaches a higher sprint speed while dribbling and has reduced chance of an error when sprinting or performing knock-ons. And how you can improve it, it was with sprint speed and dribbling. I think this one is actually synergizing with technical, because look, I mean, it says perform controlled sprint and performs wide turns while dribbling. And then when you look at what it says for this, reach a higher sprint speed while dribbling. So technically, yeah, you see what I did there? Technically, this is a sprint with dribbling. And then when you add rapid, I am just going insanely fast. So I am pretty sure rapid and technical or synergizing with each other. You guys let me know in the comments if that's true or not, but that's what I'm rocking. Let's move on. The next one, press proven. Keeps close control of the ball while dribbling at jog speed and can shield the ball more effectively from stronger opponents. So the next one we have is quick step, accelerates faster during explosive sprint. For the last playstyle, we're using relentless, increased fatigue recovery during halftime and extra time, increases duration of teammate contain and partial team press. And to improve it, you just put more stamina. This one is pretty important because we are doing a lot of sprint dribbling and running. I go back and forth. Since I am currently playing with only 2 people in my club, we have to do a lot of backtracking, a lot of defending, so you need the stamina. But if you are playing with 5 people plus and you don't have to come back and play defense, then maybe you don't need relentless. And that is pretty much it for playstyles. All right, now it's time to talk about the attributes. So the first thing we're going to talk about is pace. We're at 92 acceleration, 97 sprint speed. If you're not level 100, you're just going to have to kind of take away some of the other ones, but with pace, you want to max this one out. If you have to, maybe you could drop down some sprint speed. You don't want to lower your acceleration below 90. You're just going to feel kind of sluggish when you try to accelerate with the ball when you're on a stop. And then 97 sprint speed, it's essentially your top speed. So you want to kind of keep those both there. But again, take away where you need to, but keep acceleration above 90 for sure. So now let's talk about the shooting. Shot power, you want to get all the way. We're going to get that weak foot so we can get 4-star. We're not using 5-star because it's just like if you go over here, it takes 5, but then this one, I think it takes 3. So that's why I'm using long shot here and we don't have the weak foot there. And plus I try to take everything on the left foot. I can still finish with my right foot even though it's 4 stars. So you just got to take your shots properly. So we go all the way down here. Sniper archetype is a must. The reason why is because without it, the shot power wouldn't be high enough to score those goals outside the box. So you add that, 87 shot power, and you start banging in the goals from outside the box. And now on the right side here, long shot, max it out all the way. I've been testing this build for the past week. When I had the long shots at 84, it wasn't as effective. As soon as I added this extra one here to 86, they started going in outside the box. So this, with Finesse Shot Playstyle Plus, you're gonna start making those goals outside the box. If you are a striker build, you're probably making these with ease, but I'm making them as a winger, and it really just comes down to getting to the sweet spot of your shot. And then right here, we have finishing to make it go to 92. And then the finisher archetype is definitely a must. Look at the stats with it, and then without it. Long shot goes down to 81. So you need this archetype to get the 86 long shot. And then look, our volleys also goes up and the finishing gets to 92. So now let's talk about passing. All I have invested is the first one here, which is crossing. And then we have 2 in curve. Now you could do some rearranging to get this higher to 90, but I've been scoring goals just fine. I'm gonna have to do more testing with this, but I have it at A6, and then with the Finesse Shot Playstyle Plus trait, they are just going in outside the box. Again, I do not use Trivela with this build. I prefer Finesse Shots. They just seem way better. So for the dribbling, I have all the agility here to 94. We have 2 dribbling right here. And then you have to get this one so you can go all the way down to skill moves. So then that way you can get the Maestro archetype. So with it, we're at 94 agility, 93 dribbling. But without it, it's still decent, but you want to be up past the 90s because then your guy starts moving crazy fast. You essentially feel like Vinny from Ultimate Team. But if you're a low level, then just drop it, you know, because you're going to save yourself 10 points. I still think you could do a lot of crazy stuff with the build without this archetype, but trust me, you want to have it. It's just going to make the difference. So now let's talk about the right side. The first one is ball control, so you click on that one, then you do this one and it gives you balance. This one gives you balance. We have no choice but to pick this one. It does give you balance, but the attacking position is only good for when you play as any. We kind of have no choice but to pick this one. And then the Lynx archetype. It brings our balance up to 91, and since we're at 6 foot, it's gonna feel very good. If we were to take this off and be at 85 balance at 6 foot, you might get a little sluggish. 85 isn't bad, but 91 is just way better, so especially since we're 6 foot and we're trying to do quick, fast cuts. You're just gonna feel very good on the ball. Okay, so the next section is defending. And let's move on. We're at physical. This is pretty important because if you're doing a lot of the right bumper dribbling, you're gonna waste a lot of stamina. It seemed like when I had low stamina with this build and I did the speed dribbling with right bumper, I would get a lot of low stamina. So now that I have this, along with Relentless, stamina is not an issue for me and I could just run basically the whole match and I'm perfectly good. So yeah, you just get this one, you get the reactions, which doesn't hurt, and then you get up to 89 stamina, which is very good for the build. Alright, so let me show you the build in action. I'm just gonna hold the right bumper on this skill training right here. So yeah, this is how fast the build can go. Oh man, I kind of messed up right there. Okay. Yeah, all you gotta do is just hold the right bumper and your guy is gonna be zooming. I know it's not a secret that it's good. I know people have been talking about Ultimate Team, but I don't see anybody do right bumper dribbling in pro clubs, which is kind of nuts since it's so good. Okay, and yeah, I just got the top score right there, so that's gonna be the end of the build video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I tried to make it as quick as painless as possible, but also giving you the right information that you need, so that way you could be a boss while playing pro clubs as well, as you make your way to Elite Division. Since it is a new season, me and my brother both use this build, and we have been destroying on our way to Elite Division. We have a very good record right now. Since everybody started fresh, even the good teams are going to be in Division 5, so you might get extremely unlucky and play good teams. But with this build, it's definitely going to help you reach Elite Division a lot quicker.
Virus.